Matatus are Nairobi's defiant pulse on wheels. Vintage minibuses reimagined as living, breathing art exhibits that carve through traffic with the energy of a street festival. But this isn't just art, it's entrepreneurship at its finest. This industry has made a couple of millionaires.
Welcome to Nairobi, Kenya. And today we'll be doing a story about the Matatu culture, the Matatu economy. And today we'll be going with the Matatu behind me. It's called Disco. So welcome. This is the Matatu story. So welcome to Nairobi, Kenya.
In the early 1960s, just as Kenya celebrated its new independence, a handful of resourceful entrepreneurs in Nairobi's Eastlands began salvaging discarded commuter vans left behind by the departing colonial administration. These vehicles, crude, rattling relics, were hastily refurbished, fitted with bench seats, and pressed into service as informal shared taxis. Passengers paid the fare by depositing coins into a conductor's open palm, and in those first years, these moving microcosms carried barely a whisper of the vibrant subculture they would become.
Nganya, or what they call Nganya, the reason it's different from other Matatus is because the inside, even the outside is better. The seat belts are better, there is better music, there is screens for people to watch movies or even music videos. So the environment in these Nganyas is basically very, very, very loud. So you can get closer and see how it looks. These are the seats. And also if you look around, you can see there's graffiti all over the Matatu. And also if you look at the floor, you realize it's very clean.
By the mid-1970s, the nickname Matatu likely derived from a slang term for the 3 coins making up the standard 30-cent fare had stuck. Routes snaked out from termini in Githurai, Mathare and Umoja, each Matatu vying for business with ever more flamboyant paint jobs and slogans.
Naitwa Kanta Kemunto, china ya kikasi naitwa Nyanzu.
Umekuwa ukifanya hii kazi for how long?
Nimefanya 10 years.
Unaweza sema aje hii kazi iko aje na umekuwa ukiona aje?
Hii kazi iko sawa. Ukiwa umechangamka, ukiwa umesimama sio sawa. Lazima uchangamke, ubembeleze customer ingie kwa gari. Karibu customer, karibu customer.
Gari yako unaendanga hadi wapi? Yaani ukianza hapa Ngara unaendanga hadi wapi?
Naenda Kawesi roundabout huko mwisho.
The 1980s saw Matatus explode across Nairobi's arteries. As the city's population swelled, formal bus services buckled under demand. Matatu owners formed loosely organized circles, pooling capital to purchase larger Japanese microvans.
Umekuwa kwa hii busy ya Matatu for how long?
Sasa niko na 5 years. Nikiendesha Matatu. Before nikuja sasa kwa Nganya nikaona kama 4 hizo zingine unajua unaziangalia tu kwanza.
So kitu nimerealize what's the difference between Nganya na the normal Matatu?
Nganya kuna ma extras.
Ma extras ni nini?
Extras kama wimbo, wifi, yani tu design vile imetengenezwa, lakini ukiangalia hizi zingine iko simple tu, haina mambo mingi.
Na hiyo wanga ina affect zenye zile profits unapata, yani wasi wanga wana prefer zenye ziko na graffiti, ngoma.
Yes. Sana watu prefer, na ndio unaona Nganya unapata time mingi ziko na charges kidogo juu kulingana hii ya kawaida. So kuna watu wanapenda tu kufurahisha macho tu. Comfort za seats, ndani interior, yani hata kushuka ndani tu kwenda tu kurudi.
So unaweza describe siku yako inakuanga aje? Let's say ukiamka weka dere. Siku yako inakuanga aje? Yani ukishika hii gari. Siku yako inakuanga aje?
Mimi kwanza na enjoying kwanza ku drive hii gari. Na kesho nalala tu nikifikiria kesho vile ndaamuka nichape wera tu. So I enjoy it.
A fierce competition for riders fueled both innovation and lawlessness, speeding through junctions, unlicensed stops, and intermittent clashes with traffic police became almost routine. Under President Daniel Arap Moi's tightening grip in the early 1990s, authorities launched crackdowns to impose order. Seatbelt laws and speed governors were mandated by regulation, and conductors found themselves wielding uniforms instead of megaphones.
So this is Ngara. So one thing you'll notice with Ngara is the yellow strip matatus, and there's a lot of them. The yellow strip is a result of the Michuki rules, and you'll find them just parked here. Makes you wonder what's happening in the business side of the matatu industry.
Some SACCOs sought formal partnerships, even attracting investment in Nairobi's emerging middle class. Yet these reforms couldn't erase the industry's creative spark. Matatu art became a celebrated form of urban expression, with hand-painted portraits of movie icons, political figures, and pop culture mashups turning city streets into a gallery on wheels. In Nairobi, Matatu graffiti is far more than decoration. It's dynamic street art in motion. Imagine in the late 1980s and 1990s, drivers and owners transformed drab minibuses into dazzling moving canvases, featuring pop icons, political figures, and local legends, painted in airbrushed precision. These Nganya express rides became a battleground for visual identity, with bespoke neon lighting, booming sound systems, and tailored interiors, turning transport into spectacle.
Nini me-inspire graffiti ya hii matatu ama nini me-inspire jina kayo Genesis?
Okay, so tulikuwa tunatafuta kitu unique. Juu ukiangalia hizi gari zingine like almost unapata gari zinatoka unapata portrait nini ni same. Lakini sasa sisi tuka come up na kitu unique. Genesis, unaona theme ni ya kanisa. Tulikuwa tunatafuta kitu unique.
Eastlands Moha graphics became legendary, offering full-body art packages ranging from 60,000 Kenya shillings, which is approximately $600 for a van, to over 200,000 Kenya shillings, which is approximately $2,000 for full bus makeover. Today, graffiti-forward matatus dominate routes in Nairobi's Eastlands and Ongata-Rongai corridors, where flashy, crowd-pulling designs still win loyalty, while routes like Thika Road, Wayaki Way, and Gong Road favor more reliable unsprayed fleets offered by companies like Super Metro or City Hopper, thereby creating a split in visual culture and commuter preference. Regulation has consistently clashed with the flamboyant spirit of matatus under the Michuki rules introduced in 2004. All vehicles were forced to install seat belts, speed governors, and plain yellow body stripes, and tinted windows, oversized rims, neon lights, and loud graphics were outright banned. The edict silenced the spray-painted murals and threw graffiti workshops into a disarray. While a 2014 directive lifted the blanket ban on matatu art, authorities still enforce limits, especially against vulgar or unsafe imagery, carefully balancing street expression with road safety. On the flip side, matatu SACCOs aren't just cultural hubs, they are powerful economic blocks. When SACCOs have been suspended by the NTSA, say after one errant driver caused a crash, operators have threatened city-wide strikes, effectively freezing Nairobi's commuter network until the demands are met. In this dual struggle between regulation and rebellion, enforcement and economics, the matatu remains both Nairobi's art on wheels and its hidden level of power. Today, matatus still carry over 70% of Nairobi's commuters, their beating heart powered by the same entrepreneurial improvisation that marked their first dawn rides in 1963.
Unaweza share that process of how you guys share money?
Okay, so hii gari inatafutia watu watatu pesa, unaona? Inatafutia investor do, inatutafutia sisi pesa na watu wa mafuta, unaona? So hii gari ikianza kubeba, tunatafutaga pesa ya investor. Pesa ya investor ikipatikana, tunakuja tena tunatafuta pesa ya mafuta. Gari ikishaja mafuta, ile imebaki sasa ndo mshahara yetu, tunagawana equally. That's the process.
Running a matatu is a high-stakes hustle wrapped in urban drama. A mid-level 14-seat van on a busy route might gross around 8,000 to 10,000 Kenya shillings per day. Long-distance shuttles can pull in closer to 16,000 shillings per day. From this haul, fuel typically eats up 4,000 to 5,000 Kenya shillings for each 350-kilometer cycle, while daily crew wages hover at 1,500 Kenya shillings for the driver and about 1,000 Kenya shillings for the conductor. Other deductions like sacco fees, routine servicing, insurance, route licensing and kitu kidogo to the police chip away at gross income. Net profit averages at about 3,000 to 5,000 shillings per day for a balanced operation. But margins are razor thin. When routes aren't full or bribes and fines pile up, profits quickly vanish. Mismanagement, missing passengers or cartel interference can turn what looks like an investment into a liability and even lead to serious losses or violence.
Mimi naitwa Isaac Kamau, nafanya kazi, mimi ni dereva, nafanya kazi na sako ya Besava.
Naona una drive electric bus supplied by Basigo. Experience yako iko aje na umekuwa ukiendesha matatu for how long?
Mimi tangu nianze driver niko na kama miaka 6-5 hapo, 5-6. Nimeanzia na zile za diesel, sasa hii niko hapa kwa electric. Na tangu niingie hapa kwa electric, nimeona tofauti kubwa sana na zile tumezoea za diesel. Kazi imekuwa rahisi na at least fenye tu hizi gari zilikuja, pia watu walitoka pale kwa diesel wakahamia hapa. Kwa hivyo kubebana inakuwa rahisi kwa kazi, inakuwa rahisi kwangu.
Swali lingine, uwanga unaicharge for how long, how many times in a day?
Kama hii nafanyanga kazi ya kusukuka town ndani, town service. Hii nikiamka asubuhi, mimi huwa nairudisha jioni nikifunga kazi. Juu zile kilomita na cover hapa, na ile kazi nafaa kufanya na ile pesa nafaa kutengeneza naipata hapa within kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni. Kwa hivyo hii yangu kama ikichajiwa jioni naichukua asubuhi nairudisha jioni tena mimi nikifunga kazi. Kwa hivyo inanipea time ya kutafuta ile target inafaa kuletea mundosi wangu.
Swali ya mwisho, unaona future aje ya like matatu? Unaona watu wengi wataenda into hizo za stima compared to the diesel ones?
Hapa wanapenda hii za stima hapa. Wamependa za stima. Kwa hivyo naona kama ni vile mambo inaenda ikichange. Na venye tukitoka hapa kuendelea mbele, sioni kama watu wanapenda mambo ya kurudi nyuma. Hizi watu wamesipokea na kwa njia mzuri sana. Kwa hivyo naona hii za stima ni kama zitakuja kulimeni kama mambo haitabadilika na ziko sawa.
Through every era, colonial exit, post-independence fervor, political clampdowns, technological revolutions, the matatu has remained Nairobi's truest reflection, resilient, incentive, occasionally unruly, and always alive.